So what happened in Atlanta?
I was in Atlanta for Atlas International Arbitration Conference. It's an annual conference by the Atlanta International Arbitration Society. We had a whole afternoon of discussions on the impact of AI in arbitration. We had representatives from some of the major arbiter institutions talk about how AI is shaping their work at the moment, with very interesting insights from one of the American arbitration institutions, which are even now starting to set up test AI arbitrators. That's of course going to be something that we need to watch very closely.
What was your first reaction when you heard about the AI arbitrators?
I think I was curious to see how well it works, but also curious to learn how it was trained, which data was used, how they make sure that there is no hallucination in the output, and how they want to use it. If they really want to replace an arbitrator, that's what I didn't understand from what they told us, or if they want to use it as an aid or as a first step in a dispute resolution mechanism that's more granular and that only involves human arbitration when you cannot come to a solution with an initial tool that helps you to overcome your differences with the other side.
Are you more on the skeptical side or on the accepting side of this?
I think I'm accepting the reality, but still curious about the boundaries. What do I mean by that? I think there's a lot of potential because there's a lot of work that lawyers do now which is very repetitive and manual and which can be replaced by automated processes. But I'm interestingly through this process of looking at AI and using AI, I'm more and more aware of a huge human factor in dispute resolution, a huge human factor in the resolution of all kinds of problems between parties. And I think this human factor is going to stay there. And it's okay that it stays there as long as there are human parties doing business.
And this brings us to the topic that we are in Berlin right now. Tell us more about what is happening now.
I'm here now at the German Legal Tech Day, which is the annual conference in Berlin from legal tech practitioners in law firms using legal technology, in-house practitioners. And it's a very interesting melting pot of exchange between practitioners on all sides of the legal field, in-house, lawyers and so on. And yeah, we talk about AI, of course, 99% of the time. So the conference I've seen here today, the Legal Tech Day in Berlin, and also the other conferences I visited over this year and the last year, they all had one topic in common, that is AI, artificial intelligence. And I, of course, asked myself and also for our firm, how can we use it? How will we use it? We are, of course, testing it. And now, after a few months into the testing and into dibbling into it, the first use cases can be identified, and not only use cases can be identified, but also discussion points have been identified. One of the very interesting ones that we talked about here today is benchmarking. How do I really find out, does the AI do a good job? Does it do a better job than a human lawyer? Is it working efficient? And how much more efficient is it working compared to a regular lawyer? This is, of course, something that is at the heart of a business like a law firm and needs to be looked into in detail, and it's not easy to evaluate. Another interesting and important topic that has been in the ongoing discussions is, where will AI advance? Are we going to bigger models? Are we going to stronger models? And what exactly will be replaced? And here the insight from the in-house practitioners that are here on the conference, and I also met at other conferences, is very insightful. They all say there's a certain area of work where I don't need an exact lawyer's guidance, but I need a very quick turnaround by a tool that's good enough to do the job. On the other hand, it will always be work that I need a human that I trust to guide me and advise me. I need more than just some algorithm pulling some data out of a database, but I need a human interaction and I need guidance out of the experience of an advisor. And that's an interesting perspective and also something very realistic, I think, and something that we can use as a guide mark to advance this topic. I think this will work out well if legal practitioners, in-house lawyers in law firms, and legal practitioners on the bench, judges and arbitrators and institutions work together with benchmarking, with defining what is a good and practical use of AI, without setting up too many guardrails, but with keeping an open and interactive dialogue.